Well, it's a generalization, but I do agree. And one great example is the women in the Senate who worked on the government shutdown in 2013. It was Senator Susan Collins from Maine who came up with some ideas and said, you know, we've got to address this. And I agreed with that. We got all of the women senators together in my office for pizza. Senator Ayotte, who's my Republican colleague from New Hampshire, and I hosted that. And from there, we worked with a bipartisan group that included about 6 women out of 14, which is a pretty high percentage. And we were able to push the leadership on both sides to come to some agreement. And I think that's a great example of how women have worked collaboratively to try and address a critical issue facing the country. I would say you need to do it. Run for office. We have thousands of offices in this country, many of which go without anybody running or without being contested at the local level. It's a great place to start when you're running for office. And we need you to do it because democracy doesn't work without people participating. And young people can bring new energy, new ideas, new enthusiasm that's critical to the future of this country. So go out and run. And for young women especially, we need you to run. We're seeing politics change a lot because of the amount of money that's involved in politics, because of the change in social media. It's a very different election cycle than it was when I first ran for governor in 1996, where we still had newspapers and television and radio, and you didn't really do any social media. There was no Twitter, there was no Facebook in those days. And today it's a very different environment when you're running for office. You really need to reach people in ways that you can't through newspapers, through television, and money has a lot to do with the change that we've seen in politics, because now there's unlimited spending as the result of Citizens United, the Supreme Court decision that said corporations could spend money in political campaigns. So I think we're going to see politics continue to change, and we need to think about how to address the amount of money in politics and hopefully make good use of social media to reach people.